climate champion from Telangana.
Hi, I'm Manisha and I am climate champion from Himachal.
Hi, I am climate champion from Gujarat. I'm Riya from Gujarat. I have worked with a foundation in Jaipur. So that company works with some 60,000 artisans in India. So I have worked with artisans from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. We were just working with the weaver community where I had designed and developed a kit-based community center which facilitates socio-economic development in a form of vocational training, health camps. I'm also very interested in harnessing the power of art and activism, and we do campaigns for preservation and conservation of trees of Ahmedabad. We've also had exhibitions which showcases artistic protests around South Asia. I've collected a lot of funds for children of Ahmedabad, a lot of children of waste pickers of Ahmedabad. They're just around with my friends and family, whatever funds I could collect to just for their education. I also took a lot of workshops which focused and aimed at nurturing their inner creativity, acknowledging their voices through shared experiences. So all the workshops were designed in such a way. I have had experiences when I go to village. One of the villages where one of the women that I did a workshop with, she won some award for her rug that she had designed, and that was the first time that she left her village to go to Switzerland. And in the entire village, everyone recognizes her as Fulna Devi's ghar, or she is recognized. Her house is being recognized by her name, which doesn't happen that much. I very innately believe that people need people. Together is forward, together we are stronger. And this platform has finally allowed me that opportunity where I can have my own chapter, when I can have my initiative, where I can be the person who could mobilize more youth. And I have also been mobilized by this, this particular fellowship that I've gotten. If I get 10% of Ahmedabad, just 10% of that 7.2 million people living there, approximately, to change their behavioral pattern and just be more conscious, more aware about the consumption that we're doing and then what kind of disposal we're doing of the same. If I'm able to just get that much, and who can then have a ripple effect to change the other 90% of Ahmedabad. We're not living on the land given by our ancestors, we're living on the borrowed land of our children. And youth, I believe, is capable, has the strength and the capacity to change all the things that needs to be changed for sustainable development. But if given right tools, right resources, right kind of empowerment, we can change. And there is so much of potential and so much of anger and frustration also. And youth understands the need for urgent emergency change, So if that is fostered, it can have magnitude of change.
Hi, I'm Manisha and I have a working base in Himachal right now. One of my biggest projects would be a program called Satat Shikshak Samuday, where we are trying to build a community of educators and different stakeholders from corporates, youth involved from colleges, and we have government bodies involved in this. And it's a vibrant community where people come together and think about sustainability and practice sustainability at cells level. An internship that I did in a startup, and I was a community manager of sorts. So there I used to manage a community, do outreach to people and ask about sustainability. We used to do wellness circles around it. Then I realized that people really want to talk about it, and there is a need for a community where people can come together and maybe share what they want to do and what they want to do about climate. And we have to get an ecosystem ready for them to just come in and share and enable that action for climate. I come from an underprivileged background economically, and my schooling was done through scholarships and all. My college was also done through scholarship. So this school that I was talking about is a philanthropic school called Himjyoti School. Therefore, this need of giving back to the society, working at grassroots levels, kind of got into me, and I was like, I don't want to now go abroad and would like to continue working at grassroots. Then I did a career shift and started working for this program that I started with, building communities around it. And I feel that climate is the utmost priority for us, and if we don't really take care of the environment, then everything else just goes to waste, and the life and everything. And because I've lived in a village, I am just very much into nature conservation. I'm really thinking about youth, especially about consumerism. So I believe youth has this curious mind, and they can think about it, why it's happening. And now that we have started talking about it, I believe that youth is very much sensitized, and they're talking about it and bringing in new ideas and new ways of impacting the other generation that is going to come, doing something about climate change rather than pursuing the conventional things. So I do want to reimagine the current scenarios.
Hi, I'm Prashant from Telangana. We joined the Council for Green Revolution as volunteer. We started doing COP Summit in Hyderabad, a mock COP Summit, where we invited all the young people from colleges and kids from school. In the process, I visited a village nearby, and our task was to get household women, including elderly people also. So one of the elderly women I was talking to, she just shared me something. So when her husband, the one who is from early 90s and pink, so he used to tell his son that people will buy water and packets and they'll drink in your future. So his son laughed. The same when he said to his grandson, telling, see, in your future you'll see people buying air packets for oxygen will be packed in packets and you'll buy it. And this grandson didn't laugh. So that is a sad reality which people are started accepting it. After that story, it touched me very hard that I started exploring things, what can be done from my end. And I have been joining different initiatives from different NGOs in Hyderabad, where we wanted to help people understand the basics of how climate change is affecting us slowly. Even if you're living in urban areas where we have lot of infrastructure and all, still we have urbanized land where we are getting whatever the ACs we are using in summer because of the extreme hot weather. It is again coming in return, which people are not aware of. In the Telangana state also, the world biggest innovation and incubation center, the T-Hub. So there is all the ecosystem already set where youth can contribute directly in development of every other. So why shouldn't we in sustainable sector or green energy things getting in? That is where youth can come up with. They have skills with good education institutions in Hyderabad. So with that education, knowledge and everything, if they're putting it in natural conservation or thinking of green energy, green jobs, so that would have a great impact, and that is how the future should look like. As a climate champion, like recently we have been talking with different college people, college students. So one thing which we get is like, why are you not involving yourself in climate sector or this space or NGOs? They only tell us that we have those boundaries where we don't know what it is actually. And if we come and talk about it, that would not be a proper thing. So I feel there is lack of people or students getting educated, the youth getting educated about climate or sustainable practices or any other themes related to it. There is just a chapter or just a subtitle in the lessons and all. But when it comes to life, that is a reality which everyone should experience it. So I, as a climate champion, want to create space or a website or something which can be accessed by everyone. And language being a barrier where people feel the explanation part in English feels like lecture. But if you tell it in a very easy way, understandable way, everyone in the youth has that energy to understand and contribute to the same. So I want to create that.